I'm Shelly.
And I'm Sarah, and
We're here with Cloud City Homes, Windermere Real Estate.
And as we all know, the hot time of the real estate market is the spring. Everybody talks about how they want to put their house on the market in the spring, or they want to purchase their house in the spring. But today we're going to talk about why it's a good idea to buy your house in the summer and the autumn and in the holidays in wintertime.
So a lot of people are, frantically searching to buy a house right now in the spring because generally there's a larger amount of inventory. As we know, Seattle doesn't have a huge amount of inventory, but buyers are still coming out in waves because people are moving to the city in droves, actually, because we've got such a strong job economy right now. And what we wanted to emphasize too is that regardless of spring having the most inventory, it's still a great time to buy in the summer months, July and August. Generally, there may be lower inventory, but as a buyer, you may have more of a shot to do a traditional transaction in that time, just because there aren't as many people looking for a home because they're vacationing in August, getting ready to send their kids back to school, and the end of the summer, buying a home necessarily may not be in the forefront of their mind.
Yeah, and another reason is a lot of people that have come out in the spring have either found a house and they're super excited and they live where they live, or they've gotten tired and they don't want to do it anymore. And that's why the buyer pool kind of shrinks, the adrenaline kind of goes away, and they're ready to just kind of go on vacation and think about it either in the fall or in the spring of next year.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of those people have buyer fatigue.
Yeah.
And sometimes you get your second wind and you want to start looking at homes again in August. And I just think it's a great time to keep looking for a home.
Yeah.
The weather's fantastic, the yard is great, and you can take your time and maybe able to purchase the home that you want in the neighborhood that you want without feeling that extra push of having to waive a gajillion contingencies.
Yeah, and then when you get into the fall and into the winter time, the early fall, and when the weather's still nice, there's still a number of houses on the market to choose from. And then as winter comes, that number decreases even more. But the sellers are also realize that it's really hard to sell a house in the winter, so they're definitely more motivated to sell their home. And so if you can find a seller that's ready to go, then you're going to benefit when you write your offer.
I had a really busy December last year, and it was really buyer-centric. And the reason being is that there were sellers that may have overpriced their home or had their home on the market for quite some time. And these buyers were able to come in and do a traditional transaction, meaning make an offer with a purchase price, do an inspection after their offer was accepted, and actually just go through the motions of what we consider a traditional transaction.
Yeah, and then also a lot of buyers are out there just kind of celebrating the holidays, and they're busy and they're distracted and they're not thinking about their home. And so if you can get past all of that noise around you and focus on finding your house, this is an excellent time for you to be where you need to be, and then you can start the new year in your new home, and then you forego the whole spring craziness that you could be looking forward to if you wait.
Yep. So the moral of the story is it is always a good time to buy a home, but it really depends on what your personal story is and where you are in your life. Some buyers are experiencing buyer fatigue, and if that's you, maybe it's a good time to purchase a home in August or December when the buyer pool isn't as large. There may not be as much inventory, but you may be able to come in and do a traditional transaction and have a more slow-paced, easy time of it buying a home.